morning. Good morning. Congratulations. You made it. You're still here. You survived a global pandemic. Yay, you. Today, we want to wake up, and you've already done that, so that's a good thing, and shake off and release this pandemic fatigue that is plaguing all of us, that brain fog. Well, isn't that why you signed up to be here today? Of course it is. And I want to give a shout out to Carol Barnes for hosting the Speakers Summit. We need new and innovative fodder, new stimulation, new thoughts, new ways of doing what you've always done before. And here we are. We want to be ready. Now, Rumi, one of my favorite teachers, a 13th century Persian, when there was Persia, a Persian poet. And his words are as true today as they were back then. Many demolitions are actually renovations. And we certainly learned that from Cedric a few minutes ago. Look at what he did, how he rebuilt his life. We're talking major courage. Well, we have certainly seen demolitions, weddings, funerals, graduation, all on Zoom. And we've been under lockdown in our own homes all this time. It's exhausting standing on sand. And we don't know for how long this is going to be going on, but you and I both know it's coming to an end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're getting better all the time. We have had to force ourselves to accept the unacceptable, and that fear of COVID, the grief of COVID, so many endings and so many new beginnings. Well, these are unprecedented times. Wide open, lots of possibilities to explore, but a lot of fear too. It's scary. You're taking a risk, whatever you do, you're taking a risk going out today, opening your doors to your business, answering your phones. But why go it alone? My clients hire me to get them off stuck. That's what I do best. And the biggest issues that my clients are facing right now, first of all, how do I get back the same caliber of people that I had to let go? How do I get them back? Well, I say you never go back. You only go forward to do better. And there are the right people out there for you. You just have to look and know what you're looking for. And the second thing that most of my clients are really concerned about is how do I dare take another risk? I let go people. I scaled down. I all but closed my doors during this time. How am I going to take a risk and start over again, or do something new, or do something even more outrageous? There's that word. Does that sound familiar a little bit? Well, Rumi reminded us that every demolition is an invitation to renovation, right? And now's the time. Now's the time to transform that staleness that's been asleep for the last year plus and bring that robust aliveness back into our world for our employees, for our customers, for our community as a leader. But how? How are we going to do that? I'm like empty. What do I do? How do I figure this out? Well, I thought you'd never ask. You start with the customer touch points. Wherever the customer is, you show up. How? Outrageous, courageous, and highly contagious leadership. Now is your choice point. Right now is a new beginning. And there's your chick. Don't wait for life to begin. Don't want to sit there and say, well, is it time? Do I get out there now? Is this when I do something different? Don't wait. Begin again now, right now. Our world, your world, needs outrageous, courageous, and highly contagious leadership. Salvador Dali, an artist, one of a kind, he said the world can never have enough outrageous leadership. The outrageous gets noticed, you see. You can't miss it. Like Carvana. There are 24 locations throughout the country. And here in the Phoenix area, they have a 9-foot glass vending machine, if you can believe that, filled with cars that people bought online. If you ever imagined buying a car, a used car, online, that's what Carvana does, because they know that they will be seen and an experience. But here's an even better one for outrageous experiential retail. A company by the name of Hellsberg Diamonds. It's a mall jewelry store. That's what it is. And their customers are usually millennials. And they did a survey, and 91% out of 1,000 millennials that they interviewed said, I am not spending that money on a big wedding. I'd much rather elope and save that money. Sounds like a millennial to me. So what did they do? They put a great big sign in the middle of the mall and in front of their door, one word, elope. And then they trained their sales associates to be able to be ordained professionals. Can you believe that? They were able to marry a couple right then and there, once they bought the ring, of course. And they were ordained store associates, and their sales just rocketed. That is outrageous. Carvana is outrageous. So naturally, I have to ask you, what could you do? What could you do in your business that would be outrageous, getting you noticed, getting people to talk about you on social media to their friends? Start with hello. How do you greet your customer? How do you answer the phone? You heard that I owned a cookie store for 30 years. And what we did is we answered the phone based on the holidays. So, for example, Thanksgiving, we answered the phone gobble, gobble, gobble. People make calls all day long, but do you think they stopped when they heard that and chuckled? You bet they did. And then they ordered lots and lots of cookies. It takes courage to be outrageous. Fear is a very powerful force, isn't it? It's enough to keep you safe and stuck doing what you've always done. It's time to take a stand. It's time to take a risk, to be that competitive edge. And again, a shout out to Carol Barnes, because that's what she did today. So think about your business. Think about the touch points that could use a little sparkle, a little oomph, a little humor. How you say hello, how you send your invoices, your first and your last impression, of course. It's your truth by showing up in such a colorful way. And yes, you need courage, there's no doubt about it, to step up and stand out and do it. Be the living renovation that you need to be. Why? Because you keep up or you get left behind. That's how that works. So I promise you, the outrageous and courageous gets noticed. People see you, they listen to you, they follow you. You become an influencer. And with that, you become highly contagious, of course. So, for role models, for people that are doing that, think about the people in your life, the outrageous, courageous, and highly contagious people in your life. They're wonderful humans living large, like Cedric. They serve with gusto. That's their reason for being. And they ride the seasons and cycles of life because they have the courage to do that. And they ride them beyond financial reversals, beyond COVID. They're risk takers and they live their life on the edge of awe. They get noticed and they influence change. These are your teachers. And guess what? You will come alive again. Maybe you will actually fall in love with your business like never before because it's new, it's fresh, it's your self expression, and you inspire wherever you go. Yes, you go viral. People can't wait to see what you're going to do next. Can you imagine how people reacted back in the 80s and 90s that I owned a cookie store? My parents clutched their heart. This is why you went and got your master's degree to do cookies? Yeah, that's what I did. So you get to go viral in your way. You become the outrageous, courageous, and highly contagious leader. So come on, join me, step right up. This is your moment to be the leader I know you are today. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here this morning. You came for this. And I support you 100% to become the outrageous, courageous, and highly contagious leader that you are meant to be. Thank you.